Hello, let us talk about standard form today. Whenever we express a number in the form a multiplied or a times 10 power n, this form is what we call standard form, and the number a is always between 1 or 10. A is equal or it is less than 10, and n is any integer if you have a number like 49, this can be expressed as 4.9 times 10 to the power 1, because 10 power 1 is the same as 10. So if we have a number 596, this can be expressed as 5.96 times 10 to the power 2. So basically, when we are expressing numbers in standard form, what we do, we make sure we leave a number which is between 1 and 10, a number between 1 and 10 on the left side of the decimal point. Then all the other numbers are taken on the right side of the decimal point. So for every whole number, let's say 49, it always has a decimal point in front here. So when expressing in standard form, we make sure that we leave a number between 1 and 10 before the decimal point. So for example, we move it such that we leave only one number before the decimal point to make it 4.9 times 10 to the power 1. So the decimal point can either move to the right or it can move to the left, or what you can call backwards and then forward. So whenever a decimal point moves to the right, the power of 10 becomes negative. And whenever a decimal point moves to the left or backwards, the power becomes positive. So whenever we are expressing numbers in standard form, when the decimal point moves to the left or backwards, the power becomes positive, and when the decimal point moves to the right or in front, the power becomes negative. So the power that is, for example, here in this case, the power is 2. So the number to put on the power depends on how many steps the decimal point has either moved behind or in front, that is left or right. So in this case, the decimal point moved, in the case of 49, the decimal point moved from here up to here. It is one step, that's why the power is 1. So in the case of 596, the decimal point moved from in front here. It moved 1 step, 2 steps. So that's why the power is 2. Okay, so let's look at some more examples. Like in this case, we have 0.359. So we said whenever we are expressing numbers in standard form, we leave a number for the decimal point should be between 1 and 10. So in this case, 0, meaning that we can't leave a 0 because 0 is not between 1, and 10. Okay. So meaning that we have to leave a 3, so we shall have moved the decimal point in front from there up to here. So meaning that this will be 3.59. Then the decimal point has moved forward. So when it moves forward, the power becomes negative and it has moved 1 step. So it will be times 10. Since it moves forward, the power will be negative, and 1 step, the power is negative 1. Okay, so we can do the same for 0.003981. So in this case, the power will move from here, that is a 0, that is a 0, and it will stop here. It has moved 3 steps in front. So the answer will be 3.9 81 times 10 to the power of negative 3, since it moved, the decimal point moved 3 steps in front. So we use standard form because it is more convenient to work with. So we can also create these also in standard form. So for example, 24, so meaning the decimal point is originally in front here. We have to make sure we leave only a single whole number before the decimal point, and that number should be between 1 and 10 and 1 inclusive. So it will move from here up to here, and the answer will be 2.4. So the decimal point moved backwards. So since it is backwards, the power will be positive, and 1 step, so the power is 10 power positive 1. So in this case, the decimal point is here. We shall move it 1, 2, 3 steps backwards. So meaning that the answer is 8.693 times 10 to the power 3, since we moved 3 steps backwards. So in this case, we are going to move the decimal point because this is a 0. So we move until we get a whole number between 1 and 10 inclusive. So 1, 2, the first one is 8, so it stops here. We moved 2 steps in front, meaning that the power will be negative. So meaning this will be 8.73 times 10. We moved 2 steps in front, so the power is negative 2. So in this case, we shall move 1, 2, 3 steps in front. So the answer will be 5.06 times 10 to the power negative 3, since we moved 3 steps in front or to the right. So that's what we do every time we are dealing with writing numbers in standard form. So you can see, like in this case, you'll have to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You move 7 steps in front. So meaning that the answer will be 7.18 multiplied by 10 to the power of, I moved 7 steps. It's power of negative 7, since we moved 7 steps in front. So the answer is to the power of negative 7. So whenever we move back the decimal point backwards, the power becomes positive. If it moves forward, the power becomes negative. So in this case, it will move 1, 2. So the answer will be 2.9064 times 10. The power moved backwards, so the power here is positive 2. It moved 2 steps backwards, so the answer is positive 2.